When you're always there, you become invisible. An original life. Wisdom monologue. They don't appreciate you, not because you lack value, but because your presence has become expected. You answered every message. You showed up to every call. You stood by them in every storm. You were the one constant when everything else fell apart. But do they see that? Do they cherish it? No. What you got in return was silence. Averted eyes, missed calls, empty apologies. You thought being dependable made you special. It didn't. It made you ordinary. Because in this world, people don't treasure what's always within reach. They worship what they might lose. You gave away your time like it was endless, your energy like it was free, and your heart like it was indestructible. But loyalty without limits doesn't make you loved. It makes you overlooked. History and psychology both teach us. Humans chase uncertainty. They obsess over what's elusive. But you? You became a fixed star in their sky, constant, comforting, and ignored. You were conditioned, by upbringing, media, even past pain, to believe that love means always being available. But they don't run after certainty. They run after what slips through their fingers. Right now, they're not panicking. Why? Because they know you'll be there. Always. They know you'll answer. Always. They know you'll forgive. Always. Predictability doesn't ignite desire. It extinguishes it. Let's simplify it. They're not distancing because someone better came along. They're pulling away because you stopped being a mystery. See, scarcity doesn't mean playing games. It means recognizing your worth and protecting it. Think about gold, or rare art, or diamonds. Why are they so valuable? Because they're not found on every corner. They're scarce, controlled, protected. But you? You've been showing up like you're cheap. Like your love is a public service. Like your emotional energy has no boundaries. You were loyal to people who saw you as a safety net, not a treasure. And the worst part? You became their habit. The background noise in their lives. Like furniture, useful, familiar, but unnoticed. Until one day, you just stop. Not out of revenge, not out of spite, but out of self-respect. You stop replying. You stop explaining. You stop orbiting their world. At first, they'll feel relief. They'll assume it's temporary. They'll drop subtle lines. Hey, just checking on you, or I saw something that reminded me of you. Breadcrumbs. But when you don't chase, when you don't flinch, that's when the shift happens. Confusion sets in, then curiosity, then fear. Because for the first time, you've introduced something they never expected. Distance. And distance makes the heart frantic. They'll start wondering, did I lose them? Are they with someone else? Did they move on without a word? And that uncertainty will consume them. Not because they love you more, but because they can't read you anymore. You see, people don't obsess over what's clear. They obsess over what's confusing. They don't panic over what's stable. They panic over what might vanish. But here's where most fail. They say they've walked away, yet they're still lurking. Watching stories, liking posts, dropping passive signals. That's not detachment. That's theater. True scarcity isn't loud. It's silent. It doesn't announce its absence. It simply is absent. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's not about punishing anyone. It's about rebalancing the scale. Let me give you the formula. High value plus limited access equals obsession. You don't become unforgettable by being everywhere. You become unforgettable by being felt even in your silence. There was a man, let's call him Noah. Noah was known for his kindness, his reliability, his patience. He was always the one who remembered birthdays, who stayed after arguments, who loved without boundaries. But they left anyway. Not because he lacked value, but because he gave it away without filter. He never held back, never withheld, never created anticipation. So they treated him like an option, not a privilege. Until one day, Noah disappeared. No announcement, no drama, just gone. And suddenly, the silence became deafening. They didn't miss Noah. They missed the version of themselves who felt in control when he was around. And that is where obsession is born. Not in love, but in loss of dominance. The truth is, people don't crave what's nice. They crave what's hard to reach. The mind doesn't fixate on ease, it fixates on confusion. And when your presence becomes too easy, your absence becomes forgettable. But when your absence is unexpected, unexplained, absolute, that's when people spiral. You were kind. You were present. You were emotionally rich. And they spent you like spare change. Now it's time to change the currency. Some will reach out with guilt, others with jokes. Some will even insult you just to see if they can still provoke you. But remember this. Every reaction is confirmation that you're still emotionally theirs. Don't give them that. Your power lies not in how loudly you walk away, but in how silently you vanish. You don't owe them an exit speech. You owe yourself peace. True power isn't in control. It's in the refusal to be controlled. You're not here to beg. You're not here to teach anyone a lesson. You're here to return to your center, to remember your value, to protect your emotional currency. Let them text. Let them guess. Let them regret. You're not avoiding them. You're choosing you. Because the moment they realize they can't access you at will, they'll either rise to meet your worth or disappear completely. Either way, you win. Because this is no longer about love. This is about emotional sovereignty. You're not a backup plan. You're not a filler. You're the main character in your own story. And you don't owe anyone a seat at your table unless they bring respect, effort, and gratitude. Let them obsess. Let them wonder. Let them unravel in the silence you used to fill with explanations. Because now you're rare. Now you're sacred. Now you're gone.